Hey, listen, I know how hard this is. That feeling where your thoughts constantly orbit someone who barely notices you. You think it's love. You think it's something magical, rare, cosmic even. But deep down, a part of you knows this isn't love. It's a loop, a pattern, a deep ache dressed up as romance. You're not just longing for someone, you're begging to be seen, heard, chosen. And when they don't return that energy, you don't just feel sad. You feel invisible, forgotten, maybe even unworthy. But here's the truth I wish someone had told me sooner. What you're feeling isn't love. It's a cry from a part of you that was never truly held. This isn't about fixing you. It's about waking you up. Let's go deeper. Point 1. You're not in love. You're trying to prove you're lovable. That obsessive ache you feel, that isn't love. It's the belief that if they just chose you, maybe you'd finally be enough. You're not chasing them, you're chasing validation. You're trying to earn love so you can believe you're worthy of it. But real love doesn't feel like a courtroom trial where you constantly have to defend your value. It doesn't require you to prove anything. If you find yourself replaying every interaction, twisting yourself into emotional knots, hoping they finally notice how lovable you are, you're not in love. You're stuck in a desperate search for self-acceptance, using someone else as the judge. But love, real love, doesn't need a closing argument. It simply is. Point 2. You fell for the fantasy, not the person. Let's be honest. A lot of the time, it's not even about them. It's about who you imagine they could be. You've built an entire world around a few kind words, a glance, or a fleeting moment that made you feel seen. But that version of them, that perfect, attentive, emotionally available version you replay in your head, they only exist in your head. What you're in love with is potential, a dream, a projection you created to escape a deeper emptiness inside. You don't know them. You know the version of them your mind crafted to soothe your pain. And when that illusion gets shattered, it's not just disappointment you feel, it's grief for the person who never existed. Point 3. You mistake the chaos for passion. You've been taught that love is supposed to hurt, that it's supposed to be wild, dramatic, and unpredictable. So when someone gives you mixed signals, when they pull you close and then disappear, your nervous system lights up. It feels intense, and you call it chemistry. But what you're actually experiencing is trauma. It's the nervous system's response to inconsistency, the same pattern that formed in childhood when love wasn't safe. And that's why calm, consistent love feels boring. Your body doesn't recognize it as love because it's never known peace is safe. So you run toward chaos, thinking it means they care. But real love isn't chaotic. It's not a roller coaster. It's not anxiety dressed up as passion. Real love is steady, safe, and doesn't make you question your worth. Point 4. You're addicted to the highs because you're avoiding the void. Limerence feeds on the highs, the rare moments when they text back, when they say something sweet, when they give you a little hope. That spike of dopamine, it's a hit, like a drug. And just like any addiction, it's not about the substance, it's about escaping the emptiness underneath. That void inside you, the silence, the loneliness, the not enoughness, it's unbearable. So you chase the next hit of attention. But what you don't realize is, every high keeps you running from the only thing that can truly heal you, stillness. The truth is, it's not about needing them. It's about being terrified of what's left when they're gone. But healing only begins when you stop running and learn to sit with the silence. Point 5. You keep asking, why don't they love me? Instead of, why am I chasing them? Every time they don't text back, you spiral into, why not me? What's wrong with me? But you never stop to ask the deeper question, why am I chasing someone who doesn't want me? That question stings, because it points the flashlight inward. You keep trying to decode them, but this is about you. Why are you addicted to being ignored? Why do you keep knocking on closed doors, hoping they'll open just this once? It's not about their rejection, it's about your refusal to walk away. Because walking away would mean facing the truth, that a part of you still believes you're only worth love when you earn it. But you don't have to earn what you already deserve. Point 6. You're not waiting for love, you're avoiding healing. When you stay stuck on someone who doesn't love you back, it gives you an excuse not to move forward. You tell yourself you're being loyal, patient, hopeful, but deep down, it's fear. Because healing means change. It means facing the pain you've been avoiding, the childhood wounds, the abandonment, the belief that love has to hurt. So instead, you stay in limbo. You write poems they'll never read. You hold space in your heart for someone who's not coming back. But healing means letting go of the fantasy, mourning the illusion, and finally admitting that this was never love. It was avoidance wrapped in hope. And that's when the real work begins. Point 7. You think they were special, but really they were familiar. You tell yourself this person is different, that the connection was rare, once in a lifetime, but the truth is, they felt familiar. The way they withheld affection, the way you had to chase, the way you always felt not quite enough. You felt that before, probably in childhood. This isn't new, this is repetition. What feels special is often just what your nervous system recognizes as home, even if that home was full of pain. So you confuse familiarity with fate, but if you zoom out, you'll see the pattern, and once you see the pattern, you have a choice. Keep calling it love, or finally break the cycle. Point 8. You don't need their love. You need your own forgiveness. Here's the truth most people never admit. You're not really waiting for their love. You're waiting for permission to stop hating yourself. You think if they love you, it proves you're worthy. But worth isn't proven. It's reclaimed. You don't need another person's affection to make peace with your past. You need your own forgiveness. For the times you ignored your gut, for the times you settled for crumbs, for the years you spent loving people who couldn't love you back. Forgive yourself, not because you did something wrong, but because you were surviving the only way you knew how. And now, it's time to choose something different, not because they finally saw your worth, but because you did. Look, I know it hurts. I know it feels impossible to let go, but this isn't love. It's a wound begging to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be healed. You don't need another person to complete you. You need to come back to yourself. And once you do, you'll realize you were never unlovable. You were just giving your love to the wrong mirror. So break the spell, grieve the fantasy, and finally come home to you.